Now it's time to hit the books. If there's one thing I've learned about trannies is that you need to have a good recollection of the facts and stuff, and I don't do this every day, so I have to do a little boning up myself. Any books that you can find on the subject of transmission, any kind of owner's manuals. This was a really good one that came in Valerie when we got her, and I think I got a lot of the basic stock facts out of this book right here. It was, boy, I don't even know how you say the name. Cover was long gone, but it was on the sedan tranny, the 1300, 1500 model. You've probably heard over the years where, you know, all the trannies are the same as far as the gears go, and probably the gears, that's true, but there's been a lot of improvements and changes over the years. That's one thing about Volkswagen. They refined they got the basic car, the basic product, and they didn't completely renovate the whole thing when they did their upgrades. They just refined it. Every few years you'll see changes. There are some changes were bigger than others. Going from 66 to 7 was a huge time when they made a lot of changes. They went from the 6 volt to the 12 volt. They started changing a lot of things in the transmission. The engines got a little bit bigger, a little more stroke on the crankshafts, a little more power, and a little more weight on the vehicle, on and on and on. But that's not what this is about. This is about transmission work. Gene Berg, you've heard Darren talk about Gene Berg stuff. He was one of the winningest, fastest racers in that time period with the Volkswagen sedan. His whole family was involved. His wife was involved in the business. His son raced their cars. They had a normally aspirated Volkswagen motor that would turn 9,000 RPM and did 10-second quarters, and consistently they won a lot of trophies. They won a lot of well-deserved recognition for their achievements, and they put it in print. They sold parts. They manufactured, they had parts made, and they built cars, race cars. They provided parts to customers. They preferred that you use the parts and build them yourself. That way you would understand how they worked and be able to work on it yourself. And this was a little trick. I saw John Marks doing this, and he also uses the plastic page protectors for stuff. Urco, that was the name of a company that I bought this catalog from, Eric Ballard. He sold me a lot of transmission parts. I bought a lot of transmission parts from Gene Berg. I put together this, I copied this out of books that were falling apart basically, and I didn't want to get them all smudged up with grease, and I put this together and had it out there with me in the garage, and you can see that some of the pages have smudges in them, but this way I was able to make some notes. I got the whole book in here, or at least the transmission section, and I used to highlight stuff. I used to put little notes on the sides to help me remember what to do. Once my transmission got together and it seemed to be working pretty reliable, other people wanted me to do things for them, and I really never, you know, in the beginning I had this idea that, yeah, I'm going to learn how to do this, I'm going to buy the special tools, and I'm going to be the tranny expert, because everybody and their brother is an engine expert, and everybody and their brother builds engines and performance parts and stuff, but there's not a lot of people that do really good transmission work, and I never did learn how to build a bulletproof transmission. And as time and years have gone by, these transmissions have seen so many miles, there's so much wear, some of it normal and some of it abusive. It's just, there's no such thing. What I want to show you is the things that I learned, the things that I did to my transmissions that made them work. I ran on the sand for decades with 2275 at about 8.5 to 1 compression, 31-inch tall, number 4 paddle tires, comp cut, and I went all over the United States. I did Yuma, Arizona, down by Glamis. I did the West Coast over by Coos Bay, Winchester Bay, all that area over there. Colorado, Walden, Idaho was probably my favorite place, the St. Anthony sand dunes in Idaho. Delta, Utah, they have a big sand pile over there called Little Sahara. Those were only 600 miles from home. For some reason I got involved in this hobby and I had no sand in my backyard. I always had to go a long distance for it. And because, you know, it was real important to have good running, reliable equipment when I got there, I took a lot of extra pains because it's not like it spoils your weekend. I only got a week or two vacation a year, and when I was going that far with a large group of people, I wanted to make sure that I was going to run all week, and I usually did. I think I was one of the better performers out there for my class. I did what I could with the sand rails, and transmissions was a big part of it, so I want to share with you what I learned, and hopefully it'll help you and you can pass it on to somebody else as well. So let's get started. This is the easy part. So, hang on and let's get her done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing. Stay tuned. EZGZ out.